Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So I started on the Alamigo login screen because I really like it, and because that's where we had to go. If you remember right, they told us to go to Alamigo to investigate these towers that have suddenly popped up everywhere. And, well, there's honestly not too much story left. Not too much to show off anymore. So, we're about at the end here. Or at least, the point where, we gotta give the writers more time to write. Alright, Lise. She who is missing her wrist blade knife, whatever, wristbound knife. Lay it on us, baby. Tell us all about these weird towers.
Thank you for coming so soon.
Don't hear that line very often.
I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserved!
Whoa. Oh, hey! Don't see people just flying.
It can't be.
I'm honestly less interested in the giant dragon. The dude who was like flying
The
like
palace!
Superman.
After them!
Like, you can tell, we saw his face. It was Van Daniel. You know, that Asian guy that keeps popping up with Xenos. Money, money, money. And he's just there flying like Superman.
You're here, good.
Normally, Asian's only teleport. He's just like, I can fly, I'm doing it.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck. Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Van Daniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance. My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself.
Oh, he says the same thing regardless of what you ask.
It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
Look at that row photo bomber in the back with his, like, brown nose.
You're quite right! Though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion?
It's kind of funny how he's like completely self-aware. I wonder why he changed his choice in robes though. Maybe he's gonna go through like a new wardrobe every time we see him from now on. Although I'm also wondering if this particular robe is a reference to an older Final Fantasy. For the life of me, I mean, there's plenty of robes in old Final Fantasy. I just can't I'm most well versed in the oldest ones. And the graphics at the time, I mean, there were plenty of hooded people, they just weren't detailed, you know.
Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument. But thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
Paroxysm is a wild emotional outburst.
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe.
Well, technically that's kind of technically a creed anyway. People who always try to not define themselves by what they do and what they say.
I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment.
Well, you're just a sundered minion, so how strong could you possibly be?
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
People looked up like the Greek meaning or whatever, or Latin meaning on Telophoroi. It's like a combo of telos and phoroi or phoris or something like that. And basically it means end bringer or like you know, herald of the end or whatever. And it's plural in this case, so you know there's supposedly, I guess there's more than one Ascian that's like Fandaniel. Purple fire instead of blue fire. How majestic.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in.
Huh. Lunar Bahamut, huh? Well, to be honest, I had to look that up. Obviously, it's the Final Fantasy IV reference, because there's two versions of Bahamut on the moon in the original Final Fantasy IV. There's the Bahamut that you fight to get the summon, and then there's the Dark Bahamut you fight to get the Crystal Sword. Although in the American localization, Dark Bahamut was for some reason translated as Wyvern. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's look at Lunar Bahamut there. He's got like Ultima Beast horn twisties. He's got like horns coming out of his neck too. He's got like a giant spike thing through his chest. It kind of reminds me of how Shinryu's chest looked when Xenos decided to take him over and sort of pilot him. So I wonder if one of the other Asians is like piloting Lunar Bahamut, or maybe one of the Telafaroi. I have no idea. But his wings are also kind of like Pazuzu's. And he definitely looks like he could be a creature that came straight out of the void. But if he's Lunar Bahamut, then he's being, like, supposedly Zodiac is trapped in the moon, if you remember back to 3.1 or 3.2? Whenever we talked to Minfilia while she was still bound up to Hydaelyn. So, huh. Oh, now you teleport. Liked it better when you were flying like Superman.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
But can they tend to Purple Flame? Honestly, this scene is better at night, but I guess it was daytime. Oh well. You can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. Why would only a madman choose that? To me, it sounds like someone who's desperately obsessed with Final Fantasy IV. And if you look into it, Final Fantasy IV Remake on the Game Boy Advanced, they have a dungeon called the Lunar Ruins, and in there they have all sorts of lunar phantom beasts or summon monsters. And Lunar Bahamut is one of them. And it's also in the PSP version. But honestly, I don't know, kinda... I wish they would reference other stuff from Final Fantasy IV first. A purely social visit, huh? Okay. Oh, the garden got destroyed, huh? Lise is gonna personally take a unit and investigate the tower, huh? But Lise, I'm interested in the towers now. Rest now while you still can. What if I don't want to rest? That has been a theme this expansion, people telling you to rest at the point where they want the story to stop or where they want the story to slow down. And it's like, stop that. I don't want to rest. Get the fuck out of here. Well, I hope you're ready for a meanwhile cutscene, viewers, because this is the end of the patch, baby. What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was going to happen, yeah? There was no one to pump us up. Boing, boing. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, ahem, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore in the first, I confess I've been looking forward to a moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Shtola returned just before us, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Well, of course she does. They've sprung up all over the place. Yeah, I'm still not seeing what people are talking about with her supposedly being a lot more pale this expansion. She looks the same as she ever did. Why'd you stop looking at me? But now you're looking at me again. What gives? What gives? You gonna do it again? You gonna like just snap your head back? You just gonna yeah? Okay. Yeah, I'll take another 3 airships. I don't know about endless variety there, sweet cheeks. We get a lot of Titan redos. Recreate the final days. Drown everyone out in a chaotic haze. Nope, it's been shoved in my face many times now. Yeah, sorta. Asian magics, huh? Lalafel's looking at a flying pig like, "Aw, hell yeah." Negotiations collapsed, huh? A number of their kind have been abducted, and that Min are responsible, huh? Yeah, I went out and saw that one. Because I'm a stinky cheater. Yep, I went and saw that one too. What, you gonna have me go on a tower hunt? Hey, Clyde fought Nidhogg twice and killed Nidhogg twice. And he's on Dragoon right now. Ah, you're just gonna fucking talk about the other guy. That might not be a good idea. No idea what Fandaniel's got going on with these things. Gonna go educate people how to use flying pigs. Hump the twigs. Something, something that rhymes with twigs. how often has the world needed saving in Final Fantasy XIV so far? Nothing, let's see, nothing in A Realm Reborn was world-ending. Not even the Ultima weapon. I mean, it would have raised the land for sure, but it had a pilot that could control it to some extent. I mean, I guess La Habrea could have guided it on an Ultima casting rampage, but that still wouldn't have destroyed the world. Let's see. Heaven's Word. Well, Thornton did want to conquer the world. I guess those two count as world threat things. Okay, so we got 2. Cloud of Darkness in the Crystal Tower raid series counts because she wanted to break through and eat all of our yummy ether. So that's 3. Let's see, Coil, I guess counts, because Bahamut would regenerate and cause another calamity, so that's 4. Basically every major raid and 24-man. Yeah, I guess it does need it a lot. Of course, we could also be sassy. To be sassy or to... I love being sassy. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? Come now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience, there's nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. Ugh. A long future? Oh, okay. Seems legit. Everyone just ignored that I was on Dragoon, by the way. Maybe that one role player on Twitter is right. There is only one Azure Dragoon canonically. And us being on Dragoon is just a player convenience. I'm kidding, of course, but it was hilarious. There was like a level 65 Lancer. Okay. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks. Tower.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Hey, wait, I saw this in the trailer. Glory be, glory be, glory be.
Glory be.
Glory be to Garibald!
Apparently some people think that that means Elise has a chance of being killed. And it's like, he didn't even fully close the distance between them. He's one guy, and she has like 10 other resistance dudes near her as well. It's kind of like, some of them have guns. Yeah, it's just... Looking at his katana, sitting on a throne.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life.
First of the beasts, huh?
Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
Is it just me, or did Fan Daniel actually just get a little bit turned on when he was like, I must guard my tongue? His eyes were looking at Xenos like, oh yeah, yeah, kill me, daddy.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
What happened to your revolving katana case? Oh, but that was like a magically divine kami imbued blade. Sad times. What a waste. In Dissidia, he uses like Shinryu katana, Susanoo katana, and like his Imperial Garlean katana that's like lightning elemental or whatever. I think y'all just want Estinian on the team. Where did the Exarch go? Maybe he's in Dawn's respite. He is. Hey, he's chatting up a cat girl. How about that? Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry if you heard that. I try to get the mic away. Ugh. Ah, dreadful. I only ever sneeze like... Well, sometimes I sneeze like more than once in a row. But usually I sneeze once, and it's like such a powerful sneeze. It rocks my brain case and makes my head hurt. And sometimes I sneeze so hard that I get like a harness of pain throughout my shoulders and arms. It's ridiculous. Okay, these people all say the same stuff that they said before. I wonder if there's any other scions just hiding in little nooks and crannies. Like, maybe. Perhaps not. I'm wondering when they're gonna put these characters to more use, or if they're gonna have these characters like bloodily murdered at some point. And before half of them are secretly the rest of the Asians or whatever, and they've been like the Asians inward eye on us the whole time. Now that would be a twist that had no tell. This game usually doesn't do twists without tells. So, and now that the story is technically at an end, I could end this video right here, and that would be it for the Let's Play for the rest of the next 4 months. But I figure I might as well expound on what my theory is for the coming content, even if it turns out to be dead wrong, based upon what we've seen and what we've been told, and what we've been told to focus on. Okay, so Fan Daniel shows up, and he tells us his group name is the Endbringers, and he's got Lunar Bahamut, which is a Final Fantasy IV reference, albeit it's not directly a Final Fantasy IV reference, it's just a Final Fantasy IV reference for one of the more recent versions of Final Fantasy IV. I think the one on PSP came out in like 2009, but I'd have to look it up, honestly. Anyway, Final Fantasy IV reference makes me think, oh shit, you know, and so I looked some stuff up, and all the Ascians are referenced out of Final Fantasy XII, and people have been compiling lists of which Ascians are dead and gone, and which ones are still alive. There's supposedly 5 Ascians alive, and we can account for Azim, because that's the Warrior of Light. So, basically, what's this quest? One final journey. I don't remember this. This wasn't intended at all. Sure, I mean, I was gonna ramble to my small audience about my theories on what's coming next, but we can do this too. Let's have Cloudfield Blockhead. Steps of Thal, huh? Yeah, I don't think I've done this. I don't think this was a thing that I did. If it was, then I don't remember it. But anywho, back to my theorizing, right? So Fan Daniel's got Lunar Bahamut, and there's 4 other Ascians alive that may be working with him. And one of them is the Ascian that we saw way back in like 2.3 after we killed Ramu or whatever. Pashtarot. In Final Fantasy XII, Pashtarot is associated with a some sort of godlike being. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy XII to know the Final Fantasy XII lore, but it's a being that's a reference to Final Fantasy IV. It's called Zeromus. Zeromus was the final boss in Final Fantasy IV, but in Final Fantasy XII, he's like a giant, like man, humanoid, you know, like Cloud of Darkness-esque sort of figure that has like a giant crab claw because of like the Pashtarot connection being like the sign for cancer or crab or whatever. And so the second Pashtarot comes up, we'll have a Zeromus fight on our hands, and theoretically, if they go the lunar beasts route or whatever, there's a list of lunar beasts that you fight in the lunar runes, and they're basically all of the Eidolons or summon monsters that Rydia can summon, but in their evil moon form. And their evil moon form is basically them, but purple, as showcased with Lunar Bahamut there. And so there's Lunar Ifrit, there's Lunar Titan, there's Lunar Ashura, there's Lunar Odin, there's Lunar Shiva, there's Lunar, there's a Lunar Dragon, there's like a couple other ones that I don't really remember too well. But I think we're headed for Final Fantasy IV reference territory big time. I don't know what the next expansion is going to be called, but I think the point of them pointing out that they want to get Estinian on the team permanently is so they can make Kane Highwind references these towers, we know that they temper people, and I think that basically Kryl and Tataru are gonna go out and look for Estinian. They're gonna find him, but he's gonna have been tempered by one of these towers. And I don't think they'll kill Kryl or Tataru. I mean, if they're brave, they might kill Kryl, but that'd be something. We'll have to go and fight Estinian and save them and force the tempering cure down his throat. But, hey, didn't we see these guys back in the Sunken Temple of Karn hard mode quests? They both look so small. I guess not all Lalafels are evil after all. But I don't want to go to Eastern Thanalan. Ugh. Yeah, so basically I think for the next expansion, people are theorizing that it's going to be called Forspoken, or something like that. I don't have any idea on that front. That's just something that Square took a copyright out for. And the timing matches, like the length of time between when they copyrighted the names for like Stormblood and Heavensward and stuff. But, I think that Paladin is going to be the next big poster job, if I didn't say it already before, and so I might level that on Clyde at some point. Although no guarantees, honestly. He's got enough jobs as it is. Also, if you can't tell, I'm not really into this quest. I wasn't really expecting it. And honestly, I'm not the biggest Minfilia fan. Hey, look at all those gill sellers. Question. They're probably underneath the floorboards and shit. Also, sorry if Minfilia is like one of your favorite characters ever, but you know, it's just like she wasn't a good character. I'm sorry. That's one of the reasons they decided to do her arc the way they did and get rid of her. So, if they'd wanted to keep her around, if she'd been popular, they would have. Although popularity isn't everything, but even so, you know, she's just not. This quest must have come out well before we got the Scions back on this planet. Or well, this dimension, I guess. It's kind of nice, I guess. And honestly now I'm kind of at a loss for what to do or show you. So I can't help but feel like I'm forgetting something. But I don't think that I am. I showed you the Emerald Weapon. I showed you the main storyline. I showed you all the tower locations last video. I really can't think of anything. I mean, I guess I could show you where to unlock Paladin at. It actually starts as the gladiator job in Ul'dah. It's kind of interesting considering, you know, you know, paladins in like Dungeons and Dragons terms are basically holy knights. But well, that's one way to think of things, I suppose. Sandland looks really good from the air. Well, I guess I can thank you for watching. If I think of, if I find that there's something I missed, I'll obviously make another recording. And, but until then, there's really nothing else to show you in regards to the story, so, I'll be moving on to other Let's Play projects now, probably. And, we'll come back to Final Fantasy XIV the next time it updates. And that should be within 3 or 4 months. And, it'll be roughly 10 recordings again, and all the same stuff. Actually, it might be a couple more recordings because there'll be a new 24-man raid. I guess it could also be possibly less recordings because there won't be an 8-man raid. I guess we'll see when we get it, but it's guaranteed to be meaty, and more than likely there will be a trailer out for the next expansion, and it'll be great. So until then, stay safe, have a great day, and please look forward to either a From Software game like Sekiro or a vintage Final Fantasy such as the original one. You can call me Alex or Vire, and I'll see you again.